Hello, everybody. This is Lori, and I am thinking and hoping that my sound is coming through my regular microphone. I have a fancy microphone that I usually use. So anyway, I hope you can hear this. If someone comes on, give me a shout out that you can hear me. Anyway, I hope you had a great weekend, and we had a great weekend, and I just made it by the seconds here at 8:30 to go live. I had a really cool thing happen with my summer reading that I want to share with you. So I finished Where the Crawdads Sing. This is definitely one of my summer read books, and I love this book. Totally flew through it. It's a really pretty fast read, beautifully written. I have some thoughts about the second half, and I'm not going to talk about them because I don't want to in any way be a spoiler. But one of the things I want to talk about, excuse me, is the sunshine lines, finding sunshine lines in books. And as you can see, I have a bunch marked here, and I want to read one of them to you. It's the one that I love the most, and it comes very soon in the book. It comes on page 8. Now, when I found this line, I was really purely looking for craft. I knew from the beginning that this writer was an artist. She's just such a beautiful writer. I love the lilt and rhythm of her writing. And over the years, I've noticed that I'm particularly interested in a sentence structure that goes like this: a long sentence and then a short sentence right butted up against it. It's just something I love. I notice it over and over again. And I noticed that pattern with 2 sentences in this book, and I want to read it to you. After I go live, I will put it in the comments. Actually, it looks like I could type it right now. So bear with me because I feel like you guys need to see this sentence yourselves. So I'm not super set up perfectly for this. But here's, I got to put something on the book so it stays open. All right, so I'm typing it. When cornered, desperate, or isolated, man reverts to those instincts that aim straight at survival, quick and just. And I will fix isolated. There we go. Okay. So if you're just watching the live and not looking at the comments, I just typed the sentence that was my sunshine line for this book. It's on page 8 of Where the Crawdads Sing. And I'm going to read the sentence one more time. Excuse me. When cornered, desperate, or isolated, man reverts to those instincts that aim straight at survival, quick and just. So I just thought, okay, if you're doing any character description in a story, you could use this structure in your own writing. This is not a difficult type of writing to mimic yourself. And this is one of the reasons I tell you guys to go look at the sunshine lines in your books, because you're reading like a writer then. Now, one of the things that I would also say, this sounds kind of counterintuitive, but over the years teaching, I know this works. If I was in a classroom with you guys right now, I wouldn't say, okay, everyone, grab a piece of paper and let's practice. Let's do this sentence. And you have to do this 3 times in your essay that you're writing today. I would never do that for several reasons. Maybe my eye notices this. Your eye may not. You guys just need to start noticing what types of sentence structures really attract you. The other thing is, I know I notice long sentence, short sentence patterns. Over time, as you keep looking for those in your reading, you notice them more. They will seep into your writing in an organic way. If you write enough, if you're always writing, they will seep into your writing, but they will seep in a way that's your voice. This sentence right here is Delia Owens' voice. I'm attracted to that. I would like to mimic that as a writer. However, when I ultimately have some kind of pattern that's a long sentence and a short sentence, I will do it in my way that reflects my voice as a writer. And I like that organic way of it happening. Out of context, like let's do a worksheet of long sentence, short sentence, I don't, in my experience, and I think this is backed up by research, which I don't have to like drop in front of you right now, but in my experience, I don't think that works as well. So the other thing that I want to mention to you, and this is why I just flipped out about this, I'm going to read the sentences that follow this. So here you have these two beautifully crafted sentences, which are talking about the human condition. And then I'm going to read you the ones that follow. When cornered, desperate, or isolated, man reverts to those instincts that aim straight at survival, quick and just. They will always be the trump cards because they are passed on more frequently from one generation to the next than the gentler ones. It is not a morality, but simple math. Among themselves, doves fight as often as hawks. Now, I want you to see, well, that's just a post-it of cards I'm supposed to send to people. I want you to see this writing occurs right here. It's at the end of a paragraph. There's a big gap here. So Delia Owens is basically screaming in your face. You better pay attention, readers. I'm going to lead, because this thing about doves fighting as often as hawks, that's the theme of this book. And I didn't even, so I went back after I finished the book. I went back and I was rereading through my sunshine lines to put them in my journal. And when I underlined this, when I paid attention to this, I didn't even know it was a big theme of this book. But by the time I got to the end, I knew it was. I didn't ruin the book for you at all. But what Delia Owens so masterfully has done here is she has given you signals. She's screaming at you. This is important. Pay attention. So before her big theme ideas, she's crafted two beautiful writerly sentences. She's using writer's craft of a long sentence and a short sentence. And then she follows that with a big statement about what this book is about. And then she places it at the end of a paragraph, and at the end of a paragraph where there's a big white space. So she's screaming at you, this is important. Pay attention. And so this is a perfect example of where craft and content meet. And for me, I don't think a book is good unless both of those things are happening. And for me, again, personally, I want those deep, deep characters, and this book delivers on character, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm going to stop this live here because I've got other things to say, but I want this one to sit on its own because I think this is such a critical idea for writers and readers, and it shows so wonderfully the connection between reading and writing, which we hear all the time. You know, you got to be a reader. You got to be a reader to be a writer. But for me, this is one of the ways that just illustrates that so beautifully. So there you go. I'm going to end this live. I'm going to see if it actually, the sound is on because I didn't have my usual microphone. And then I'm going to come back with some other little tidbits that I wanted to share with you about how SumoWriMo has been going for me so far. Okay, bye.